lesson on the 3 most overlooked ways to raise some quick cash. The first is doing matching grants. Anytime you have somebody offer to donate some amount, ask them if you can turn it into a matching challenge. I mean, it's nice if it's like somebody wants to give you $500 and you say, hey, can we turn it into a matching grant? That means you get on your social media and on your newsletters and say, hey, someone has offered to donate $500 to match the first $500 we raise so that your gift is actually doubled, right? It's a little bit confusing the way I said that, but you go out to your audience and say, we have an anonymous donor who will match dollar for dollar anything donated in the next 24 hours. Creates a little sense of urgency, right? That way your donation is doubled, which it effectively is. Now, most people who will provide the seed for a matching challenge say, I'll give you the money anyway, regardless of whether or not you actually raise the other 500. But you need to insist on this, really. I mean, tell them that no, you want the match. And if you've done your homework and you have a decent grant list of donors, you should be able to raise that pretty quickly. And boom, you've doubled a donation, right? You were going to get $500. You put it out to your community and said, hey, matching grant. You've raised 1,000, whereas before it was just 500. So that's the first way. The second way is these crazy Facebook birthday fundraisers. And I would give you the exact steps, except that Facebook changes so often, it's hard to tell. But basically, you can go through your friends and look on the right sidebar, go through your friends, look see who's got birthdays coming up, and ask them if they would do a birthday fundraiser for your group. And it's very easy for them to do. You can even supply them some extra words, which I would recommend. Facebook will put in the basic language that says, for my birthday, I'm raising money for XYZ. It's important to my heart because yada, yada. I hope you'll honor my birthday by donating. You can give them a suggested wording that is a little bit more personal and tells more about what you do, but it's an absolutely painless way to do it, right? Your friend fills this out, your supporter, it's publicized on their page, they can share it, and that raises some money fairly quickly. Now, if you are signed up for Facebook payments, you'll get it in a couple of weeks. If you're still going through Network for Good, then it can take up to 2 months to get any money out of it. But hopefully you're not operating on that thin of a edge anyway. It reminds me I should do something about the different ways to get paid, either through Network for Good or through Facebook payments, and why you should probably set up Facebook payments as long as you're a charity. So the third way that's often overlooked in raising money is to make it really specific. And I call this the brown dog, red collar principle. And it was actually the basis for building the JDonate software in the first place. Your donor doesn't want to give the dog rescue $20, right? There's nothing satisfying about this. There's no donor experience per se to giving $20 unless you try to make one. What we do is say, pick out one of the dogs and decide what color collar you want to give. This is how much it would cost us to do that. Your money will go to the general fund, but pick out the collar that you want this particular dog to have. See what you see what that does? I mean, it reinforces the idea that we're all in this together, that this is a community nonprofit, that we're working on similar goals. It gives the donor some choices. They get to make decisions, that even a small decision like which dog will I help, which collar will I put on that dog, that is significant. Those micro commitments create a sense of belonging and really build your donor base very quickly. Every time they see the dog, they'll say, oh, that's what I picked out the collar for. Another really great way to do that is with our calendar feed a dog a day option, which we can customize infinitely to be almost anything. But here's the principle. And you can do this with just, a graphics and slapping up a graphic on Facebook if you want. Take a calendar, put a dog's picture on it and say, who will feed Elmo for one day? Who wants 16 June? You know, when's your birthday? Do you want to feed the dog on that day? Is this a particular day of importance for you? Would you feed a dog for that day? Who are you doing this in memory of? Is this your kid's birthday? Is this your parents' anniversary? Pick out a day that means something to you and tell me that you'll feed the dog for that one day. And that, reducing it to feeding a dog for a day, gives it a very concrete donation. Now, of course, you have a disclaimer in there somewhere that this all goes to the general fund. And this is in some ways mostly symbolic, but you have to have people pick out a day. You have to have them dedicate it to something. And then you've got to cross that off the calendar and put their name on it. All right. So you create a visual symbol of the fact that they belong to this community and they have done something very specific to be part of it. It's a very, very powerful fundraising. If you want to see how it works, go over to jdonate.com and take a look at how we do it and make it painless. But it is it's really powerful. People like to do something specific. They want to put the red collar on the brown dog. All right. So use that red collar, brown dog principle when you're thinking about your fundraisers, and go for the feed a dog for a day sort of concept and see how that works out for you. So quick summary, matching gifts, do that anytime you have the opportunity. Facebook fundraisers and brown dog, red collar fundraisers. Hope that helps. For more information on raising money, please go to jdonate.com. See you there.